quarterback on the deck.
Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. Throwing. Love. This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here's Love. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Second down and a little more than a yard here.
A gain of 9 brings up second and
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. Escapes the defender. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Let's go. Yellow, 22.
To throw now. Here's Love. A short throw to Musgrave. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. The Packers at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
That's another Packers first down.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. No sweat from Montez Sweat that time as he makes that stop look easy.
Bears 24-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. 32.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. His throw incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Black ultra. Ready. Set.
Love from the gun on third down. He finds his receiver, Watson. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Christian Watson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 7-0.
Bears nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at their 35-yard line. To the air, Williams. A pass complete to Odunze. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
To throw, Williams. his throw here's incomplete.
You look at this Packers defense. It's quite a unit. Number one in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
To throw, it's Williams.
That is caught by a diving Thomas.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
To me, there's nothing like watching rookie effort in the NFL. So excited to be there. They're going to give you the max on each and every play, aren't they?
Well, he proved himself on that catch, that's for sure.
I think he may have proved himself to the point where he's going to get a second here.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Next, the receivers don't spread the defense out. They were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
2nd and 1 now from the 21.
Now Thomas will come in motion right.
Looking to throw is Williams.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Colston Loveland, the intended receiver.
And it's 3rd and short.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Here's Williams.
And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And that will force a turnover on downs. Now Love. Sliding out of the pocket.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Working out of the gun. Love.
He's got his target. That's complete. Through the middle of the field.
Touchdown, Packers.
Matthew Golden.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Packers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Trey Smack to kick off for Green Bay.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The
Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. And this defense not giving them anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Defense has always talked about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
First down, Bears.
Throwing is Williams. Flush to his right. That's complete. Luther Burden. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Swift going to try up the middle. He showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 5-yard line.
From the gun, here's Williams. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4. And the Packer defense stands tall down by the goal line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win. And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. It's Love now back near his goal line. They'll complete this one to Watson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. On now is the Packers punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Williams. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Back to throw. Williams. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
That is caught.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
To throw once more, here's Williams. And that'll be incomplete with a penalty flag here on the field. And I'm not sure he was still behind the line when he let that thing go. Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's third and long. Back to throw again. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
1st and goal, Chicago.
Here's Swift. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. Swift will score. Touchdown, Chicago. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Here we go. Shot.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, they're spotted right in midfield at the 50. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts.
And the Packers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
52 Bulls. 22 in.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And 10 at the Bears' 49-yard line.
Love looking to throw it. He'll let this go for the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. Jaden Reed, 49 yards. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Smack now for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Packers 21, Bears 7.
kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Bears.
Touchdown, Bears.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking out some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Love. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Second and 10.
Love, they go play action now. Escaping the pressure right.
The connection with his running back, Josh Jacobs.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Pass complete to Loveland.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, there wasn't much of a window there, Charles. Had to deal with a couple of defenders, but able to find his big tight end.
And, partner, we know double coverage is a challenge for any player to try to defeat. But maybe it's a little easier if you're one of those big tight ends because you have a size advantage on just about anyone trying to cover you, and you use your body to create some space.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Devontae Wyatt
able to record his 5th sack of the season.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
3rd and 19. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams.
Eluding the pressure right. Oh, some strong running. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
2nd and 4. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. In motion left is Thomas. To the air, Williams. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet, as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
To throw, Williams. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Again, he'll drop to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Williams. Flush to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt.
A 33-yard attempt.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that'll bring him back within 4. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have you run into coaches where they talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. Here's Love. And this one's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Ready. Yellow, 43. You, yellow. Green gap.
Throwing. Love. Now this aired out deep for Reed. It's caught. inside the 25. Touchdown, Packers. Jayden Reed with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Packers are able to extend their lead. Smack now for the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Packers 28, Bears 17.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Looking to throw is Williams. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
At the 12-yard line.
60 reps. 60 reps.
Now Love. He'll buy some time right. Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Here's Williams. Touchdown! Rome Odunze from 19 yards away. And the Bears are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2.
The Bears will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Complete at the 1. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point.
25. Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away. He juked him. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now 2nd and 9.
Set, ready. Hut, hut.
Play fake. Here's Love. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. Love now. And that is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Throwing is Williams. And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A 4th quarter miss like that, there is no lonelier feeling than that kicker right now.
As we all know, a lot of these games, they come down to special teams. And when that chance comes, you have to perform in order to help your team get over the top.
Could have tied it. Instead, they remain down 3. Now inside the 25. And finally, wrestled down at the 11. 91 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2.
Come on, set, shoot, yellow, 43.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Josh Jacobs, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. Smack now for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Packers 35, Bears 25. Trey Smack to kick off for Green Bay.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And his throw is incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. That he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Williams pass intercepted. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Ready. Put.
A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and
You don't
7.
see that a ton, do you? With the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Ready. 38.
To throw now. Here's Love. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. The Lambeau faithful making as much noise as they can. It's third down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Xavier McKinney. And the Packers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's across midfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's good for 28 yards.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Here we go.
Here's Love. Rolling to his left. That's caught downfield. It's Golden. And down inside the 15 he goes. It is a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now they pitch to Jacobs. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Now Love. And he's got it. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Luke Musgrave from 19 yards away. And the Packers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. 47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Now 2nd and 3.
At their 49-yard line.
Once again, it's Swift. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
The Bears first down.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all